I will be interviewed for a B2 visa. Secondly, were you asked for your social media details during your interview? I intend on putting on a blue senator attire to the interview. I feel more confident in it. Do you think it is wise, or should I put on a white shirt and a black trouser? Okay, all right. Again, don't give any information they did not ask you. Who is who? Who answer who? Don't answer why. Don't answer where. Don't answer when. Answer who. Okay? Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria Ayodele Fash. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, so today I'll be answering some of the questions that have been asked. Ade Damola said, good evening, ma'am. This also came in via email. I got your email from your comment section on YouTube. I had a scholarship to study in a university in the United States. I don't know the documents I need to take along with me, and also the things to get prepared with. Help me out, ma. I wait on your reply. Now, Ade Damola, I'm so sorry. It's been 7 days since you sent this. I've not gone through my email. It has been a very, very stressful week, okay? Now, for a student visa, it's the same thing as what I just listed, the documents, your passport, your DS-160 form, which will be found if you go to the embassy of the website of the embassy you want to have. You can fill in those forms over there, okay? So you'll see your DS-160 form. Yes, and your passport picture, and then your I-20 form. The I-20 form is basically your eligibility for student visa. When you start your application process, they are going to provide you with all of those things after you have made your payment, so that won't be a problem. So just go on the website, go to the section where it's about school, fill in the information, make the payment. They are going to send you a form to fill, and then when you do that, then they will set an appointment for you and you go. And then of course you have to bring the supporting documents. As a student, you need to get the letter from your school. They're going to ask you different questions about the process of your application, why you want to go for that particular course of study, how it's going to help you, and stuff like that. So you need those things. And then for your supporting document, you need a strong financial, social, or family ties, okay, in your home country that will compel you to come back after your studies. Like I said, the whole idea of this interview is for them to be sure that you plan on coming back to your country. So make sure that you prove to them that, I have families over here, my mom is here, my dad is here, and everything. If you have landed documents, landed property, you present the document. You need to show them financial statements of your parents, that especially if they'll be the ones sponsoring you. Even if you're on scholarship, you should have some certain amount of money in your account that will prove to them that, you're able to take care of yourself. And that money, even if you are borrowing from people, that money has to be in your account for a certain period of time, at least until you see your visa face to face, okay? So yes, you need to have that. So for bonding ties to your home country, like your parent, like me, I told you, they never asked me for a document. They just asked me simple questions. They know that my parents are here. They know I have an aged parent here. They know my brother, my sister are here. So one way or the other, something is going to bring me back. So to go back, if I stay there illegally, is going to be the problem, okay? Now make sure that you're going with the original copy of your bank statements, not a photocopy. Make sure that you go to the bank and ask them to print out a colored, stamped, signed original bank statement, okay? And then if it's a scholarship award, they need to send it. My DS, what's that now? There was this form that was sent by my program. Let me see if I know I have it here. Yeah, student exchange visitor program. That is no, that's not it. Yeah, certificate of eligibility for exchange visitor status. Now this one was sent by my program. They sent it via DHL and other documents, okay? It just shows a lot of information, but this is what it looks like. So yes, they sent that. So your school has to send you your scholarship letter, or certificate or whatever. They need to send it via DHL. Okay, you need the original copy. They will not accept a photocopy, okay, or a printed copy. No, they need the original copy. Gong. Yes. If someone else is going to be sponsoring your school, you need the financial statements of the person, original bank statements of the person's tax certificate, okay? You need all of those documents for the application process or for the interview. Now, you also may need to make sure that you go with every scholastic or how do they call it, documents that shows your educational level or your educational progression or whatever. That is your transcript, your WAEC certificate, or your WAEC results, statement of results, not the one you print out. The certificates gongo, your WAEC certificate, your NECO certificate, or whatever one you did. Okay, your school's transcripts, the original, preferably the original school's transcript, your university certificates. Those are very, very important. If you did TOEFL exam or whatever, you need to also attach that to your application. That would actually help you, help them to know what kind of a student you are and stuff like that. So yes, that's very, very important also. So yes, that's basically it for the student visa application. If you have any other question, please ask them in the comment section down below, and anyone who has answers to it can definitely respond to them. Okay, so now let's move to the next question. The next question says, hi Victoria, I just watched your video, I love it. Thanks a lot. My question is, I want to leave Nigeria for the US to work, but as they said, getting a work visa is very hard, and I don't want to work on visiting visa. What do you advise, please? Okay, this has been a while also, Taiwan. I'm so sorry I didn't respond then, but like I said, you need to have a reason for going. Okay, if you want to work there, you need to start applying and make sure that you have a job there. That would help them to know that, okay, oh, this person has a job, he has the appointment letter, and then you are taking that as a proof. Okay, but they will not give you a visa if you don't already have a job there. Okay, so you need to start the application process. Look for companies that might be in need of your skills and all of that, and start applying. Okay, and the moment they agree, you know, that okay, come and work for us, then you can now start your application process. But without that, nobody's going to give you a visa to go there and start looking for jobs, because the people that are there, they are still looking for jobs they have not found. Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't advise that you waste your money, because no, they won't give it to you. All right, let's move to the next question. Bonat said, hi Victoria, you gave me your email address at the comment section on YouTube. I want to ask, on the day of the interview at the embassy, was your flight ticket booked, and were you asked to present your flight ticket? I already answered that. I will be interviewed for a B2 visa. Secondly, were you asked for your social media details during your interview? Now, I know this is a perception that we have in Nigeria, like everything people on social media, they are looking at it, and it is true. Okay, it is true, but they are not going to ask you because they have all your information already. So they just need to put in your name in their system, and they know everything about you. Okay, so yeah, they are not going to ask you for your social media details. But if you have anything that can incriminate you, it is better you start taking them down now before you even apply for a date for your interview, because the moment you apply, they start to do their own background checks on you. Okay, yeah. So yes, they didn't ask me for my social media details, and I didn't hear them ask anyone for their social media details. If it's for that, they can get it. It's a public information. So yeah. So she also asked, I intend on putting a blue senator I intend on putting on a blue senator attire to the interview. I feel more confident in it. Do you think it is wise, or should I put on a white shirt and a black trouser? Okay, all right. I know I asked you guys to dress smart, okay, but that does not mean that you dress in something that will make you uncomfortable. Okay, make sure you're dressed smart, you're clean, you are packaged. Whether it's a senator that you feel confident in, wear senator. Don't wear something that you know you will not, that will kill your morale. Okay, I told you guys I'm more confident when I'm on heels. I don't know why, I'm tall already, but it's just a thing. Okay, so I will not go there and wear flats. Okay, so whatever makes you feel comfortable, as long as you're looking smart, you're clean, you're looking presentable, you're looking professional, that's great. Professional does not necessarily mean you need to wear coat and tie. No, you can wear your senator material and go over there. All right, okay. The next question is from David. He said, how did you like your relocation to Nigeria? It's a mixed emotion. If we start that discussion here, we are not going to end it. Okay, so let's leave it. But yeah, it's been great. There's been the ups, there's been the downs, but you know, we are still here, aren't we? So Olamilekon said, thanks for the advice and knowledge on visa application. Would like to get your WhatsApp number. Nigerians, we like to test boundaries. We like to test boundaries. If I wanted to give out my WhatsApp number, is it my email I'll put? Would I have put my WhatsApp number? Oga Olamileko, I'm sorry, I don't give out my WhatsApp number to, yeah, no. We can do our chat via email or in the comment section. Okay, so this one came via a DM on Instagram. This video is long. I didn't expect it to be this long. It said, I'm trying to look for the beginning. She said, hello, good evening. I'm a new subscriber to your YouTube channel. Nice job you're doing there. I watched your videos on how you got your visa interview. I have some questions, please. I would like for you to ask on your channel. I would have loved to ask on your channel, but for some monitoring people, I pray you see and reply to this. Yeah, I understand that feeling. So yeah, she said, I applied for USA F1 visa and my company is sponsoring me to do a course. Please, do you think I should go with my personal account statement? Okay, Lucy, yes, your personal account statement is good to have that for your interview, for them to know that, okay, well, that even with your company sponsoring you, you are able to cater for yourself during your stay over there. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so I don't think they will ask for this bank statement of your organization. However, you may want to make your findings on this particular one, but I know that you should definitely go with your own personal bank statement to prove to them that you are financially okay. I mean, of course, if there's something in your bank statement, if there's nothing there, I don't see the reason why you should do that. But yes, so if your organization is the one sponsoring you, they should give you a letter letting them know that, hey, this is what we do. If they can give you their financial records, I mean, that would be great. I mean, at least for the previous year, and their tax documents, they should also be able to provide you with that also. She also said, so I remember I asked her that they also need to provide you with the accommodation where you'll be staying and all, and she said a friend is family friend is providing accommodation, so I told her she needs to get a letter from them endorsing that they are the one who will be hosting you during your stay over there. Yeah, so that's it. And then a very close friend of mine asked, she said, I was randomly thinking today and noticed that you have not recorded a video about successfully applying for Atlas Corp. Ebawa, add it to the list. Okay, that means I should please add it to the list. That will be a video on its own. I definitely cannot talk about the process of applying for Atlas Corp fellowship here. It's a long process, but I'm going to be doing a video on that. If you're interested in applying for a fellowship in the United States, Atlas Corp is a very great program for you to be a part of. That was what I did. I'll be talking about that in a different video, about how the eligibility process, how to apply, and all of those things in a different video. Okay, but this one, let's just keep it strictly to questions on visa interview and visa application. So now to the question that a lot of people were asking, what are some of the questions that were asked during my interview? Okay, so now the very first question that I was asked, and the first question that you'll probably be asked, because that's the first question they asked everyone that was there during my interview, was, why are you applying for US visa? What are you going to do there? Why are you applying? Okay, let's cut the crap. Yes, so why are you applying? So basically just tell them, I'm going to school, I'm going to visit my brother, I'm going to visit my sister. Keep it short, keep it straight, keep it simple. Don't go and be asking what they did not answer you. Remember the story about Kabiru and the other brother I shared in the other visa story. So please make sure you keep your answer short and precise, okay? I'm going to visit my son or my brother, I'm going to visit my sister, I'm going for school, I'm going to further my education with a master's degree. And the next question that I think you'll be asked, because I was asked, is also, have you been to the United States before? Now make sure that you give them the accurate information. If you have been there and you were deported, whatever it is, say it's there. Don't lie that you've never been there, because the truth is they have all your information on their records. So you cannot lie and say you've been there. Even if you change your name and you change your entire family name or whatever, you are putting your biometrics. Your biometrics will trace every record they have of you. So please and please and please, make sure you state the truth. Have you traveled to the United States before? Yes, I have. They might ask you follow-up question. What did you go to do? Did you finish? Did you come back on time? If you didn't come back on time, be sincere. Say it's there, okay? It will help you if you lie. If you lie, they have all your details there, so there's no point. So don't lie. Say everything you need to say. If there was any incident that did not allow you to, return when you were supposed to return, explain it over there, okay? So yeah, have you ever traveled? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Even if you say yes, I have, let them ask you, what did you go to do? Let them ask you the next question. Don't volunteer information that you were not asked, okay? They will also ask you, do you have any relative in the United States? Yes or no. They will ask you any close relative, okay? Yes, I have. No, I don't have. Make sure you don't give them the details of the person unless they ask you, do you have a member? Yes, I do. If they ask you follow-up question, answer that question that they asked you, but don't give the person's details unless they ask you. And especially if the person has no business in what you're going to do there. Yes, I have an auntie over there, I have an uncle over there, but I don't really have any relationship with them and stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, make sure that you state that. And also they are trying to see if, you know, sometimes if you have family over there, okay, the possibility of you wanting to stay back is very high. But again, don't lie. If you lie, they are going to catch you because they have all your information. So if you have a family that you know of, please state it. If you don't, you don't. Okay, they're also going to ask you who is going to sponsor your visit, who is going to sponsor your education, who is going to sponsor your travel, who is going to sponsor this. If you are the one sponsoring, say I am the one. If it's your organization, your host organization states that it's my school that I'll be sponsoring, I'm on a scholarship, the organization that I'm going to meet or I'm going to train with, they are the one who's going to sponsor my scholarship. Now let me just drop this here. If you're going for an exchange program as a trainee, okay, please, that is, you're going to do an internship or training in an organization, more like you're going to work there. Never ever 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 in your visa interview say that you are going to work. Ever never ever say that. Okay, you are going to train. That is everything that should come to your mind. Don't ever, because it's not a job you're really going to do, you're just going to learn so that you can come back to your home country to put it. And make sure you are always putting that addendum there, that I'm going there to do this so that I can come back to you know, put that skills to work in my profession. Okay, always put it there so that I can come back to put that skill to work in my profession, because you need to prove to them that you actually have the urge to want to come back. Okay, so don't ever say that you're going to work or you're going to do anything. You are going to train. Let that always be at the back of your mind. They might place maths on you and say, okay, so you're going there to work with them. Say, no, I am going there to train. Okay, all right, that's for those applying for a J1 trainee visa. Okay, so if they ask you who's going to sponsor your visit, just state it's the organization that I'm going to work for, sorry, that I'm going to train with, or the organization that, or the school I'm going to make the research with, or whoever is going to sponsor, or my mom or my dad, or you know, my office or my company. Just state that. Again, don't give any information they did not ask you. Who is who? Who answer who? Don't answer why. Don't answer where. Don't answer when. Answer who. Okay, all right. Now they're going to ask you, where will you be staying in the United States? Make sure that you memorize the address of the place you are going to go. Okay, make sure that you have it, and make sure that it corresponds with what is in your form. Okay, so if you already put number this, number that, and you go and say number something else, okay, there might be a discrepancy. So make sure that you memorize the address of the place you're going to go, or the place you're going to be staying. Okay, they're also going to ask you, what does your sponsor do for a living? If the person is a mom or your dad, okay, they're going to ask you, what do they do for a living? So my dad is a accountant in this particular company, or my mom is a this in this particular company, or you know, this person sponsoring me works in this particular company as a this thing, as a that thing. So yeah, so make sure that you state the person's profession and the company that they work for, or even if they have a business, state, you know, like they are the owner of this particular business, you know, in the United States or in Nigeria or wherever the person is. So please make sure that you know what that person who is sponsoring you does for a living. Okay, now you can now go ahead to show, only if they ask you, then can you now go ahead to show them the person's proof of employment. Okay, if they don't ask you, don't bother to do that. Okay, they might not ask you how much does this person earn monthly to be able to afford to sponsor you. Then you can now tell them, oh, this is the amounts they earn. You have a financial statement to, you know, to back it up. This one, whether they ask you, they don't ask you. Okay, they might not ask you that what does what if the person you're going to visit is the student or is schooling or something, then you make sure that you let them know that, oh, my son or my daughter is schooling in this particular school, they are on this particular type of visa, they've been there for this particular number of years or number of months, yeah, so just make sure that you have all of those details written out and you have documents to support those things. If the person is a student, they will ask you who is paying for their schooling, who is the person sponsoring their schooling. You cannot tell them, oh, they are sponsoring their schooling by themselves, their school is sponsoring them, they're on scholarship or stuff like that. And you also need to, they will also ask you, so who is going to sponsor your own stay over there? You should let them know that, okay, my son or my daughter is going to sponsor it, or I will be sponsoring it myself. So that means you need to show them proof. Yeah, so if they are going to be the ones sponsoring your trip, make sure that you have their bank statements or a proof of their work and their home address, you know, stating that they have a home, they are living, they are able to sponsor your trip. Okay, or they've already booked their hotel for you and stuff like that. So just make sure that you have enough document that can prove that the person, especially if the person is a student, the person can sponsor both their own schooling and also your coming. Okay, or if you are going to visit them but you'll be staying with someone else or another family member in the United States, make sure that you also bring the person's invitation letter stating that they'll be the one hosting you for this particular period of your stay. Okay, so they're also going to ask you how long as the person you're going to visit, or your son or your daughter or whoever it is you're going to visit. That is, if you are applying for a visitor's visa, they're going to ask you how long has a person stayed in the United States for. So you also need to tell them, oh, they've been there for 4 years, they've been there for 5 years. You don't really need a document for that because they already have the person's details. They're also going to ask you what kind of visa is the person on. Okay, so you should be able to tell them, oh, she's on the F1 visa, a J1 visa, or a B2 visa, or stuff like that. You should also be able to tell them. And if they are already an immigrant, you should also let them know that, okay, this is the immigration status of this person. This is the kind of visa that they are currently on. They might not ask you what kind of visa did the person come into the United States as, or with rather. You know, sometimes they might come in with a work visa and change they might come in with a J1 visa and change to a student visa and stuff like that. We ask you, is the person you're going to meet, your son or your daughter, especially if you're going to visit a family member, are they married? I mean, do they have children? They will ask you those questions. So answer yes, they are married. No, they are not married. Yes, they have children. They ask you how many children they have. Make sure that you state that. They might also ask you, will your spouse be accompanying you on this trip? Okay, yes, they'll be accompanying me. No, they will not be accompanying me. Yeah. They might now ask you, if you are the only one living, they might now ask you, oh, is the person, why are you the only one traveling? Why are you not traveling with your family? Why are you not traveling with your husband? Then you can now tell them, oh, my husband is unable to travel now, or couldn't get a leave from their workplace, or is sick. Just look for something to say, or tell them the real reason why your husband cannot accompany you on that trip, or why your family members cannot accompany you on that trip, okay? Or maybe the application, or maybe it's just a short visit and you'll be back, so you don't see why you should carry your family member along. Now they're going to ask you, when do you plan on traveling? Okay, and then you tell them, oh, I plan on traveling in October, maybe second week in October, third week in October, October 5th, October whatever. Make sure that you know the dates you plan on traveling, and then you let them know. And then they might ask you, why do you choose that particular date? And you can tell them, oh, either my son or daughter or whoever I'm going to visit has taken a leave period during that time, so they will have time for me, or this is a time that, you know, is most convenient for my job, or stuff like that. So make sure that you answer that question, why do you want to travel at that particular time? Weather might also be a reason why you are choosing that particular time to travel. So especially if you're traveling during the summer, you can let them know that your health does not allow you to travel during winter period or during, you know, the cold season. So you are taking advantage of this time, you know, to go and visit, you know, the person you want to visit. Okay, they might not ask you, have you booked your ticket, or have you blocked your ticket? Then you let them know yes. So you make sure that you are booking a ticket to go and to return. Okay, make sure that the essence of the whole ticket thing is that you have a return ticket. That's a proof that you plan on coming back. So if you blocked your ticket, give them a proof of it, that yes, you have blocked your ticket and it's a return ticket. It has a date that you'll be coming back on it. So they will also ask you, how much is this trip going to cost you? What is the expenses that is going to cost you? So be sure to let them know that whoever you're going to visit will be the one to sponsor all of, you know, your stay over there. Okay, they're also going to ask you, have you lived outside of your country before? Have you stayed outside your country before? So yes, your old passport should be able to prove that if you have, and then yeah, if you have not, no, I have not stayed outside. Yeah, and also if you have been outside of your country before, if you've been outside of Nigeria before, be prepared to answer any question they're going to ask you, like what did you go there to do, how long did you stay, you know, were you there legally, like how long was your visa supposed to be, how long did you stay, and all of those things. So they're going to ask you that. So they might ask you that, because I told them I visited Ghana and they didn't ask me, because it's an African country. But yeah, but anyway, they're also going to ask you, is this your first visit to the United States? Yes, it is. If it's not, no, it's not. Don't lie. They might also ask you, what are the places that you look forward to visiting when you get there, you know, especially if you're going for tourism. Tell them, you know, Niagara Falls, Disneyland, Las Vegas, and all of those nice places. If you're also going to visit, they will ask you, how long do you plan on staying? And then you can tell them, hey, this is the amount of time I'm going to be there. They might not ask you, why do you plan on staying so long? Can't you cut it short? So they're also going to ask you, what is the proof that you're going to come back? What's the assurance that you're going to come back when you're done with your trip? So you can now show them, hey, I have a business over here. Show them the certificate of your business. If you are employed, show them that you have employment over here that you like to come back to. Show them a proof of your employment, or a letter from your employer. If you have a landed property, make sure you show it to them. Or, you know, mine, they didn't ask me for those documents. They just asked me, do you have parents here? Yes, I do. Do you have siblings? Yes, I do. You know, when they know that you have families and relations here that would definitely have to bring you back, that's a proof of strong ties. Okay, but if you have any other supporting documents, like a business that you own, or your employment, or landed property, those are like great documents that will help them to know that, okay, you plan on coming back. They're also going to ask you, if you're going to visit, they will ask you, when was the last time that you saw this person you're going to visit? Then you need to let them know. Then they will ask you, when was the last time the person visited you, or visited your country, or visited Nigeria or India or whatever? Then you can tell them, oh, the person was here at this particular, last year, they came here 2 years ago, or stuff like that. So you need to make sure that, you give those, or you have those information when you go for your interview. Even if you haven't seen the person for a long time, you can say, oh, I haven't seen her now for 2 years. However, we've been talking on phone, we've been Skyping a lot, we've been, doing video calls every now and then, every night, every week we talk, and all of that. Now, they can now ask you, when is the next time that son or daughter or that uncle or auntie plan on visiting the country again? Now you want to be sure to let them to not say that they are visiting that year, because they might decide to now deny you and say when they come you can see the person. So you can tell them, oh, they'll be visiting the next 2 years when they are done with their program, or should be returning home after 2 years or after a year and stuff like that. So yes, don't say that same year, because they will say, then why are you going? Stay. They will come and meet you here. They are going to ask you, where do you stay? Where's your current address? You give them your address. They might ask you, when did this person travel? The person you're going to meet, if you're going to visit the person, when did the person travel? They're also going to ask you, what do you currently do? Tell them your job, tell them where you work. They might ask you, what's your job profile? So tell them, oh, this is what I do. I am the personal assistant. I'm in charge of this and that in my organization. They're also going to ask you if you took a leave period from your work. Say yes and show them the documents that prove that you actually took leave from your work. They are going to ask you if the money you earn is going to be enough for you to sponsor your trip or your visit. Let them know that whoever you're going to meet is going to be the one to sponsor your visit, or if it is going to be enough. Mostly it is advised that the person who is inviting you should have the means to sponsor you. It is not advised that you are the one sponsoring yourself, okay? So you want to make sure that you have that in the balance, okay? Just like that's what is advised, okay? If you're going if you have a business, they're going to ask you who is going to be running your business when you're away. You should tell them, oh, you've arranged for this and this person to be able to arrange for your business, so that they will be able to take care of things whilst you are not here. They might ask you, how long has the person been working for you? Or you might provide that, oh, they've been working for me for 2 years, I trust them with my business and all of that. Yeah. And then they might ask you, if you're a retiree, they will ask you, when did you retire? And then you tell them the years. They will ask you, how much did you take for your pension? You can tell them how much you took, okay? And then if you have documents to prove that, you can also show. If you're going to visit your son or your daughter, or if you're going to visit a family member that is close to you, they might ask you, what's the person's birthday? Just so they were able to know that indeed you are really, really close to this person. So make sure you know the person's birthday, Yeah. They might ask you, what is their wedding anniversary? Make sure that you have that information also. And if you really want to make a compelling case, especially if you're going to visit your son or your daughter, you can have their wedding pictures also, just to show to them that, hey, this is them and this is me in the picture. We were all together. And if you're going to school, okay, if you're going to school, they're going to ask you about your program. They're going to ask you how the application process was. They're going to ask you how you got picked. They're going to ask you if you're going on the scholarship, who is going to sponsor your scholarship. Yeah, they're going to ask you about the program. They're going to ask you where your school is located, what kind of program you're going, what department it is in, what do you know about the program, why did you choose that particular program to study. They're going to ask you, I'm trying to remember the few questions they asked the guy that was before me, who was going to school. Yeah, they're definitely going to ask you who will be sponsoring your education. If your parents are, even if they are not, they're still going to ask you, what do your parents do for a living. They're also going to ask you for the bank statements of the person who will be sponsoring you. They're going to ask for they're definitely going to ask you from the letter from your school that shows that you have been picked for the course of study. Make sure that you know about the course. Make sure you know some alumni of the school, people that have graduated from the school that are well known. Try to Google that. Why you chose that particular school and not any other school. Why that school is so important to you. Why you feel like this is where your next career level or your next career should be in, whatever. Just make sure that you have enough reason to want to go to that particular school and to study that particular course. What benefit would that course be to you? Excuse me. What will it be to your professional career, to your future goals? Okay, so you need to make sure that you link it all. This is what I want to be. This course of study is going to help me, to add it's going to help me in the pursuit of my career development and all of that. So in this particular field, so you want to also make sure that you have all of those information. So yes, those are some of the questions that I can remember that they asked, and also from other people who have gone. Those are some of the questions that they've asked them. I'll be putting some links also down there where you can read more information about, you know, questions about and all of those things. So about how to get yourself prepared and all of that. And of course, if you have any question, you can leave them in the comment section down below. You can send me an email on victorias.speaks@gmail.com. Victorias, victorias.speaks, SPEAKS @gmail.com, and I will be able to answer your questions. So until we meet again, this has been a very, very long video. I have shot this particular video. It's taken me 5 good hours to shoot, but yeah, it has been worth it. I hope it has been worth it. If it has, please make sure you share this video. That is how you actually show me that you actually appreciate what I'm doing, you know, the free thing I'm giving to you. Please share this video with your friends and families. Make sure they like, make sure they subscribe, make sure you leave a comment, and make sure you watch to the end. Okay, I really need the views. Okay, thank you guys again. Until we meet again, my name is Victoria Ayodele Fash, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.